it back. We'll give it another moment or so.
Might be mine, and it doesn't like him keyboard.
You were trolled with the exact same thing as me, where I'd literally turned it off and it started again. Okay, so
Now we are.
let's quickly discuss the Mario Kart World Cup, Mario Kart Wii tournament meetings. It's managed to take so long to get it up because my net died for 25 minutes and everything else went. So
27 minutes late. Doing it
Yeah.
in fashion. Just on time.
people are saying buffer as well. Oh no. Okay.
Let me go check
So-
this one for me real quick.
In the Mario Kart Wii tournament, we've got 2 groups of 5 teams. And from each group, they're going to be top 3 teams advancing. There's also going to be a losers bracket once we do get there. So I'm not sure if there is going to be a picture of this because the graphic we have is from last year. But
Yeah,
pretty
that doesn't
much,
actually show the losers bracket.
pretty much it's double elimination. So it's if you lose in the winners bracket, you can go down to the losers bracket and so on.
You can see from the image right now that the 2 black shields represent the people who are obviously getting knocked out of the tournament, but the 3 white shields, they will go forwards into the bracket, the double elimination bracket. First place of each group will automatically get put into the semi-finals, so that's first place of Group X and Y will go to their respective semi-final matches. Third place is going to play 6th, and 4th place will play 5th. Obviously, there's going to have to be losers from both of them teams, so they will go down to the losers bracket where they'll play the losers of another team, and then they will progress through the losers bracket. If they're good enough to make it to the losers finals and win that, they'll go on to the grand finals, but obviously you only have one chance when you fall down to the losers bracket, so if you lose, you will be getting eliminated from the tournament. The way that the group draw is going to work, there's 10 teams for Mario Kart Wii, 15 for MK8, but I'm guessing MK8 is going to get explained at another time later on. But we've got 5 pools of teams, 5 tiers, if you'll say. The first tier is going to be the top 2 teams, which is United States and Germany. Basically, the way that these teams were just like put into tiers was just World Cup staff's knowledge on the teams and how well we think they are going to perform. The third and fourth, which is the second tier, is going to be Nordic and the United Kingdom. Then it's going to be Canada and France in the third tier, Latin America and Italy in the fourth tier, and then Benelux and Australia in the fifth tier. Benelux is pretty much just going to be... There used to be 11 teams. There was Team Belgium and Team Netherlands, but they pretty much just merged together for the event to make it more convenient, since 10 teams is a lot easier to work with than a group of 6 and a group of 5.
And when it comes to actually seeding these teams and putting them in groups, we will be having nice graphics of me holding slips. So that's going to be fun. And we're going to be starting from the bottom tier.
Yeah, tier 5.
I'm starting now. Okay, so tier 5, we're going to have Benelux, which is that, versus Australia, which is that. What a graphic. So we're going to be putting them in a bowl, just for no apparent reason, putting them in a bowl. So we're going to be doing that. 1, and it's funny, I should point the camera down. I've got no angle. So what we're going to do is just randomly...
He's got his breakfast bowl out.
I'm going to pick this one for the first group, which I believe is Group X. So playing in Group X is going to be Benelux.
Yeah.
There's
I think we should talk about the teams. We should talk about each individual team, I think, before we go on to the next one.
What, the flags? Just in case my camera didn't work very
Belgium,
well and then you needed to
Netherlands,
see them. Okay. Just
Team-
in case my camera was too blurry, I put the flags.
Team Benelux did obviously get seeded into the 5th tier, but looking at their players that they have available for this year, realistically, if they get one of their best lineups, I definitely think they can do well. I'm not too sure who their bagger will be, since I think the M was actually Belgium's bagger last year, so more than likely if he's playing, he'll be bagging. But they do have quite a lot of top-tier players at their disposal. Obviously, they've got Alvin, who was quite the force, and probably Netherlands' MVP last year for sure. Obviously, they've got other players such as May and Nemesis from Netherlands as well. Their Belgium side, they've got players like Olafray, who's obviously in a veil. They've got Quinton. The M's probably going to be bagging, and then they've got Kevin and Doss as well. So, although this team are one of the weaker teams, signed up for the World Cup this year, and obviously that's why they got put into the bottom tier. I definitely do think that they have the potential to be able to take a few games from these like top tier teams. But yeah, they're going to be the first team getting put in Group X, which means Australia obviously is going to get put into Group Y.
Oh dear. Okay. We'll just prove that the other slip in there was Australia. I've not randomly put two Beneluxes in. So let's discuss Australia because they're in Group Y.
Now, Australia is like, I think Australia should be in the bottom tier, not because like they're bad or anything, but mostly Australia play as Quintessence. If you guys don't know what Quintessence is, it's basically just mainly Australian/New Zealand clan that play MKW. The main thing that I think is going to hurt them this year is activity-wise. I'm not too sure how much they actually play as a team together. And I'm actually looking at the sign-ups page for Team Australia, and they actually don't have Lockie listed. And Lockie is definitely one of their top-tier players, so obviously they still do have some decent players. They've got Base, who was in Ultimate Perfection. Not too sure if he's actually going to be playing, because I haven't seen much of Base since God knows when, like last year probably. They still do have players like Zexy, Verley, Sean, Shadow, so they have the potential. I'm not too sure if they have a bagger. I'm not too sure who actually bagged for Quintessence in CSL. If anyone knows that, then feel free to say that. Might be someone like ATEC maybe. But yeah, not 100% sure on that. I think once again... Night.
Not pre-recorded.
I had no idea what you were doing. I just saw you stick another thing at me.
I was told to do a piece on and then prove it wasn't recorded prior. So, have that.
Alright. But yeah, I mean... I don't know what your thoughts on Australia going into this group.
I think Australia are a capable enough team, but it's just the fact that when they play together, they don't seem to do that well, which is weird. Like, they've got so many good individual players, and they could go so far in this competition, or they could fall at the first hurdle. And last year, didn't they lose all their matches? And they've got pretty much the same roster?
I'm not 100% sure, but I know they didn't have the best run.
No, they were knocked out in the group, so I remember that much.
Yeah.
But let me quickly see if I can get the next seedings, which I believe are...
Tier 4, Latin America and Italy.
Okay, let's prove that I've got the Latin America. Let me get that one up. So there's Latin America.
I can barely read it myself. There you go.
Latin America, and there's the weird symbol that they have. And Italy, which you can tell what the flag is from there. There you go. So I'm going to be putting them into a bowl.
Wise words of Beto, man, is that Italy are actually going to win the World Cup. So, yeah, this is Group X. So either Latin America or Italy is going to get put into Group X with Tom's amazing
bowl.
Shaking his breakfast bowl.
See, it's too high for me to see. That's evidence that it's not rigged in any way. So
are we going to get Latin America or Italy?
Group X. It's got to be either Latin America or Italy. It's going to be Italy.
All right, so that's going to be. We know our first match is going to be Benelux and Italy are going to be in the same group. So hopefully the Italian roster is actually updated because I know there's a few teams. Yep, they do have it, and I'm not too sure. Italy did, they did play America World Cup last year. It seemed to be quite a lot of dominance from Dugo, but unfortunately the rest of his team wasn't able to be able to support him in the front as much. I know that Dugo is definitely their star player, though, going into this.
Yeah, last year Dugo got really unlucky as well, and I seem to remember Iric had #pray for Dugo written on the side of his screen.
I still remember
one of the wars.
There was this one Waluigi Stadium race where he just kept getting completely screwed by like referees and everything. Yeah, Italy do definitely have a chance to be able to push and try to get out of the group stage. They'd have quite a lot of practice as Battle Alliance. Obviously, in CSL, they went 10-0 last season. And quite a lot of Battle Alliance are from Italian origins. Obviously, they've got Rambo in there, they've got Linkus, and they've got Dugo, which is like 3 of their main lineup right there. So they definitely do have the potential to do well. It just comes down to whether or not they can get enough practice. I know that Dan's a returning member as well. We haven't seen much of Dan since he's only just come back, but he's obviously a good player as well. So I definitely think if they play well as a team, I think they can probably clutch like a 3rd or 2nd spot, but it all comes down to the day and how well they play together.
I do believe that they are worthy of getting a spot, but at the same time, we've got to think about the balance of the top 3 teams. We've got to think about, can Benelux pull through? They've got a load of good players, but so have most of these teams. And we see that Italy, yes, they may have Dugo, Rambo, Linkus, and Alex, but they've got a roster of 9 players. They've got like the smallest possible roster. What happens if one of them can't play? What happens if they do have to use an ally, or not an ally, sorry. What happens if they do, have to use a reserve player?
Yeah. I mean, obviously having like a quite limited lineup is quite a disadvantage because, as you were saying, if one of these players just can't turn up for some like personal reason, they just can't make the day, then it is going to be unfortunate. If we do look at like their best 5 or best 6, sorry, because it's actually a default 6v6. They definitely do have the potential to do well, but as you were saying, if they use like maybe one of their inexperienced players on MKW, like Nicola or Alex, who don't play as much as the rest, then it might not be as good for them. But as I was saying, if I think they get a good lineup consistently, play well as a team, and get enough practice, and I do think they'll be able to clinch for a 3rd/2nd spot if they can do well enough.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Last year, though, we have to remember that there was an example where a team had a roster where one of their only players couldn't play, and it was Belgium with Olafray, I believe, and they'd registered him, and it was all hype because they had Olafray and they could easily win, and then he was in France for the World Cup and couldn't play.
He just decided to disappear.
He wasn't there, so that he couldn't play. He broke his Wii or something as well.
That is...
Yeah.
That is going to confirm that Latin America are going to be in Group Y.
Yeah.
I think Latin America's is one of the teams which haven't got their players signed up. Yep.
Yep.
They haven't.
Yeah, we can't discuss that.
Let me go check their official thread.
They want us to go faster. Let me quickly...
Faster.
Faster, okay. Let me show you the next 2 tiers while Ace tries to find Latin America. So we're going to have...
Latin America do have quite a few good players coming into this. They have Mike, Lou, Dookie, and Nact. They were 4 really strong players. I'm not too sure what's going on with Russo because they wanted to get their name changed to like Hispania or something so Russo and Harvo could play, but I'm not 100% sure what's going on with that. They've got Manuel from Rosalina as well, who's a pretty strong player. And they've got quite a few amount of bags that they can pick from. Probably Azrogue or... is going to be the main choice. I'm not too sure where Aga is. I thought Aga would be playing for him, but...
I think Aga left. I seem to remember there was a lot of drama about people that left the clan.
Yeah. There was some drama between Aga and Dante, I remember that much.
Was it Dookie that left as well? There were quite a few people that left, and they must have come back, some of them, but...
Yeah, I think Dookie's still on the members list, but...
I remember being told by, like, Aga that Dookie had left, Aga had left, like, all these other players had left, but... Given that they're registered, they have to be there. Yeah, let's... So I've already shown Canada and France on the camera, so that's going to be this 3rd tier. We've put them both in the bowl. We're going to be shaking. There we go, nice shake. Do this. And in Group X, we will be having... That's going to be France. The second Group Y was Latin America. I'm going to wave the France until that's done. So France is going to be in Group X.
Now, France has changed a lot since last year.
They've taken a fall from grace. They went from a top 3 seed team, I think, and they were meant to be like the best because they had Cobra and they had all these other great players. And then they had all of the item spy situation last year. Yeah. Few of them have been banned since then, and it's meant that France isn't the old France. This is new France.
Yeah, it's like a mix between Gun, G7, and G4L now. Old France had like Cobra, who was obviously one of the top baggers. Yeah, Canada's going to be in Group Y as well. So France was obviously, they had great players. They had Cobra, who was their main bagger. Stuff happened with him, but he's still a good bagger nonetheless. They had players like Kiva, Kamek, Zinu, who none of them are signed up this year. They do still have quite a few good players at the disposal. Nico's a really good frontrunner. Zenon's pretty good as well, since he does quite a lot of time trials, and Cosmos is obviously going to be their bagger for this year, and Cosmos is a good bagger as well, so hopefully he can pull as many shots and help the team out as much as Cobra did. But France is one of them teams where, as you were saying, they were a really top seed going into last year, but they have fell down a bit. But I still think if they practice well enough, they probably can get a top 3 spot, as they are in the 3rd tier, which is still pretty good for them. Talking about how many players they've lost.
I'd certainly say one person to watch out for is Hakeem, because
Hakeem,
people don't actually know, because he's not played that actively, but Hakeem is quite a strong player. You know, he's not one of those players that people go, oh my god, he's like superior Jeff. Like, he's clearly a standout player. He's a player that plays consistently well, and for France, that could be very beneficial if he is active enough.
Yeah. On the other side, we've got Canada. Obviously, Canada are a good team going into this. They've picked up quite a few new members, such as Crash, Canadian Crash, that is, obviously. They've still got their top-tier players, which we are looking at: Mikey, Yajona, Insane. And obviously, Tyler, last year, he focused more on MK, but he still came to MKW and put up really big points. So he's definitely a player who doesn't seem to get worse over not playing. So I definitely think Tyler's going to be playing most of the matches if he is interested in it. Obviously, they do have bagging capabilities with T-Pools, who obviously everyone knows is a really good bagger. Played for teams such as Flow before, so he's really good at that. And I know he's been practicing quite a few bagging wars as of late, so that'll be really interesting to see how well Canada do. Going into the top 2 tiers now. Second tier is going to be Nordic and the United Kingdom. So we're getting into our top 4 teams now. We'll see which one is going to join Benelux, Italy, and France in Group X.
I am currently folding the paper. Nordic and the UK and Ireland, it'll be. Just put Team UK or something if you don't want to put a long name. I'm going to shake it. Oh, there's gone a paper. Let's reshake.
You've scripted it.
Sorry, I'm reshaking. I've not done anything. There we go. So in this Group X, we're going to be having, and I'm not looking, that looks like UK and Ireland. That's UK and Ireland.
That's UK and Ireland, yeah.
So UK and Ireland, a rather large roster.
I think it is the largest.
19 players.
Well, ever since the rule of the maximum amount have disappeared, then there is going to be
most of it. It's good though, because we've got squad depth, and that's what I think we were on about Italy. They may lack squad depth. You know, what if one person disappears? With the UK and Ireland, we've got 19 players. So
that made it look so blatant that you just accidentally dropped one, picked it back up, and now we got the easier group.
No, no.
I'm joking.
I've not done anything. I've literally reshook it.
If we quickly do talk about UK and Ireland, though, obviously the top tier players to be looking out for. If you go down the roster, obviously you've got players like Xander, focusing on MK just like Tyler, but once again, he can play MKW to a really top tier. Sean Tanny, probably the most skilled player.
If he returns properly.
Sean, he plays for Skype Lounge quite a lot, so I definitely see him playing. He's one of the top players on Wi-Fi just in general. You've got players like Luna, who are in MB and Inspire. You've got Jazz and Stunky, obviously, here. They're going to be the main baggers. You've got players like Flary, Darty, Jamie, Jazz. There is quite a big roster to work with going into this year, but I think that we definitely do have quite a lot of players to be able to work with. So it does make sense that I guess UK went into these top tier seeds, but they are going to get seeded into that group. On the other hand, we do have Team Nordic, and Team Nordic are actually my favourites to win it, even though they're not in the first seed. I think that they have quite a lot of chemistry playing with each other. They've done probably the most practice wars out of any team except for USA. Nordic and USA have been playing a lot of practice wars. Players they've got, we're looking at Akane, Barney, Sharon, Claw, Faisal, Fox, Casper, Keon, Marina or Zorb, Ruby, Norway, and then Sweep. So they definitely have a diverse lineup to work with. Baggers wise, it's probably just going to be claw bagging, but front runners such as Ruby, Marina, Arcane, and Faisal, and Fox even, you're definitely going to have quite a good time with that lineup. Obviously, like players like Keon as well are going to be really good. And that's going to take us into our last two teams, which are going to be the top two seeded teams for the tournament.
It most
United
certainly
States
is.
and Germany.
United States and Germany. Let's quickly discuss both teams while I do the draw.
I want to see which one first.
You want to see which one? Okay, fair enough. I don't think... Are the USA and Germany the other two teams that haven't submitted their rosters? I know USA...
USA have.
And
Germany haven't.
Germany haven't, okay.
Germany haven't because currently there's a kind of thing going down where Germany want to change to Germany and Luxembourg to let GIF play.
Well, it's late, but...
It makes sense to a point because technically Belgium and Netherlands are playing together. So you can technically have like Germany and Luxembourg since they're like neighboring countries and they have history with each other. And obviously Luxembourg, they do speak quite a lot of German. So we'll see what happens with that. That's for the World Cup. Head start.
Germany, I can tell from the flag because the
Germany is going to get put into Group X. And that's going to pretty much sum up Group X. We've got Benelux, Italy, France, UK, and Germany. Now, if we look at this German lineup, they actually don't have their thing updated. If I check the thread, it should be... Yeah, they've got most of their players here. Obviously, they have Crash, who, once again, probably top 3 to 5 players on Weemfire right now. He's a really good front runner, obviously, putting up big points for Charge Brigade Gold in all the last, like, 3 or 4 seasons where they've come first or second last year because of something. They've got Eagle, obviously, one of Underground King's main front runners. He actually got Division 2 MVP last season. They've got players like K. I'm not too sure how much MKW K's playing, sorry, but he's a player like Xander and Tyler who can just come back and do well. They've got Nico and Nero, obviously, as well, plays for Charge Brigade Gold, and the rest of the lineup's pretty much just UK members. You've got Prize, Racer, Samuel, Styler, Tubi, so definitely makes sense why Germany did get put into this top seed, or second seed, sorry, but they are definitely a strong team going into this one, and I do definitely expect them to get out of groups. It'll be pretty interesting if they don't, but we'll see if they can do good enough throughout the bracket stage to be able to win it.
And in Group Y, it's the US. It's
Group Y.
That's upside down. The United States of America. There we go.
The United States of America is going to be our last team, getting seeded into Group Y with Australia, Latin America, Canada, and Nordic, and definitely makes sense why USA were put as the number 1 seed in this tournament. America, obviously, being a pretty big nation, they've got quite a lot of players to work with going into this. You've got players who are veterans from like years ago to players who are just making a name for himself now. If you go down their players list, they've got Chilo, obviously a really good bagger, Derek, who plays for Charge Brigade Gold, Hawk. They've got 2 amazing baggers, probably the 2 best baggers in the community in Hawk and Virif, so it's going to be interesting to see how they decide to like go around them. If trolling does happen for some reason, I'm not too sure on the rule set, but they have Derek for that as well. I know Derek did quite a lot of trolling wars for CB. Front runners wise, we're looking at players like Jack and Killua. We've got Larry, Kuzan, Matt, Nash, Quinn, Arceus/Crusher, Ryan, Sean, Tekken, TK, Vincent, and Sykes. So, oh yeah, they've got Vito as well. So they've got 3 baggers to work with going into this tournament, and they've got quite a lot of good front runners to work with as well. So I'm definitely expecting to see quite a lot of diverse lineups. I know that they have been practicing with a lot of different lineups, so it'll be interesting to see what they use. They might try use like some of the easier games, or quote-unquote easier games, such as like USA versus Australia in this. So I think for matches against teams like Australia and maybe Latin America, they might decide to try and use different lineups just to see what they play better with, because obviously going into the double elimination bracket, you're going to be against the other top teams, so you definitely want to make sure that you have your lineups ready and you know who you're going to be using for this. Not too sure if you have any last minute words on Germany and USA.
I think it's always going to be an interesting one where Germany always are saying, oh, if we don't get Jeff, we're like worse than Nordic or whatever. But we've got to remember, Germany last year did very, very well. Germany last
Germany
year,
did do really well. They got to the semi-finals, I'm pretty sure.
they were knocked out by
Knocked
UK,
out
I
by
think.
the UK. Yeah, the UK
But
went to the finals against
we've
USA.
we've got to remember quite a few of these teams have taken a hit, and I know I shouldn't waffle on, but the UK lost players like Dave, and all of these other teams that you could argue are better than Germany or any of the other higher tier seeds. It's a case of most of these teams have lost players, and it's a matter of where we believe they'll place. It's not a solid, like, this team is the best in the world or anything.
Oh yeah, obviously. I mean, seedings
It's-
are just a rough estimate to try and make it fair for all teams so that everyone can at least have fun in this tournament. Obviously, some of the lower seeded teams might beat the higher seeded teams. I mean, UK got to the finals last year with not much practice and no one didn't really expect much from them. So the seedings obviously are just like a guideline on what we think good teams and like less good teams are going into this tournament. But any team can do well in this tournament as long as they practice enough and get good chemistry. And I think the shock is always going to be a useful item in Mario Kart Wii just because of how the metagame has always been. The shock, and then people just pretty much slagging to try and get power items to dodge with. So I think quite a lot of the World Cup is going to be based on how well these baggers can do, and we've got quite a lot of diverse baggers throughout all of the teams, so it's going to be interesting to cast the World Cup and see how it pans out. But I think for now we are going to be moving on to Mario Kart 8 whenever we can. I think
If we
are we
can-
adding them here?
I'd add them here, yeah, because I've got to get this sorted
I
out.
think it's going to be Marlin and Drag.
And I'm drawing, I think. Don't.
Not 100%
Count
sure
on
he's
that.
casting MK.
I know I've got things to draw.
Yeah,
but I
that is
have
all.
to literally draw out.
That is all from Mario Kart Wii. The World Cup will be starting in a month's time, so teams do still have a month to pretty much just go out, go practice, experiment with lineups, see what they want to do. Why can I hear myself? That was good.
Good question.
But that is going to be summing up MK Wii, and we will move on to MK as soon as possible. So thanks for watching if you wanted to stay for MK Wii, but if you want to watch some MK groups, then feel free to stay. 120 viewers is, I think, one of the most viewed streams we've had in quite a while. So thanks to everyone who has come here tonight, and I will leave you with the MK8 guys.
I guess I could just start by saying welcome to the MK8 drawing for the World Cup. My name is Dragmar Jr. and with me today I'll have either Vector or Marlon or both. I don't know yet.
I'm here. Marlon will be here when he's done getting food. Probably. I'll probably hop off at that point and just watch.
Yeah. So I guess we could just begin if you have no objections.
Yeah. Jump right into it.
I chat. Yeah, I'm a thing.
Okay, so I have got slips with random flags on for the countries. So woo, got countries. We had a change to how this was laid out. I believe we originally had 5 tiers of 3, but Rookie has said to merge the bottom 2 tiers. So that's going to be quite a important change because it means that some of these teams might have the opportunity to play with each other when they might not have, and vice versa. But that is a thing that people need to know of.
Yeah, and the reason we did this is so the draft would feel more random because we want there to be excitement in this.
Yeah, this World Cup, I don't know. It started super early, so I think the hype's definitely just starting to build up now. But It's looking good. I wasn't honestly even expecting there to be an MK World Cup this year, but the turnout's been pretty incredible. I just opened up all the tabs, all the teams, and all screen is full. I was surprised by how many, which is good. That just makes the more teams the better. Just makes everything a lot more interesting.
And I am folding the slips to put them in a bowl. Are we seeding the bottom tier first?
Yes, the bottom 6 teams are gonna be done first. Should we do A, B, B, C, C, or A, B, C, A, B, C?
A, B, C, A, B, C, so it's
Yeah.
spread more.
Oh, if I did the drawing seedings, everyone would just cry themselves to sleep.
Who do we
Yeah, that's
got?
fine.
Who are the first 6 teams? I haven't even kept up with.
The first 6 teams are Eastern Europe, Australia, Asia, Nordic, Austria, Switzerland, and Spain. So I'm going to be shaking a bowl on a camera. Hopefully Cinder has got the camera on screen. Cinder hasn't got the camera on stream. Okay. I'm just going to do this as an illustration of shaking a bowl.
Yeah, Stunky just kind of moved around like the whole Skype call because more people joined the call, so and left the call.
Here's the bowl being shaken. So I'm going to pick a team. Am I okay to pick a team? No, I'm not okay to pick it. Okay. I'll sit here and smile.
Stunky just got rejected.
I'm
Press
good,
1 if you
okay.
feel bad for Stunky.
Let's just go. The first team to be seeded in the Mario Kart 8 World Cup will be Team Australia,
Team Australia.
and that's going to be a Group A team.
Yes, we could talk a bit about him. Personally, I wasn't even expecting Team Australia to be a thing in MK this year.
Yeah, they last year was it? They had to drop out. If I remember
Yeah.
correctly, they had a lot of struggles getting players. James is back though, which is good.
Yeah, and they definitely have some decent players. They have Anthony, they have Shadow, they have
James, if he
that's it.
plays.
Oh yeah, James.
Their whole roster is Anthony, Atec, Ben, Hayashi, James, Josh, Saland, Shadow, Solar, and Twin. I know Solar has a good deal of experience with MK8.
Fix my webcam. Okay.
The names I recognize right off the bat are immediately can say Shadow, James, and Anthony. Anthony's been very solid at this game for quite a while. James took a very long break. It's good to see him back though. And Shadow's also quite good. Is he still with DVP?
Yeah, he is in their chat at least. I haven't seen him play too much lately though.
Yeah.
He's around.
Yeah.
Go next team. Is my webcam working? Sort of there.
Sometimes.
Okay, well, we're gonna. I'm seeing that. Okay, so we're gonna just pretend that you can see what I'm pulling, and for Group B, we're gonna be having Team Eastern Europe. Nobody yet because we have.
Yeah, no
6
BX,
teams
we got
to see.
6.
Yes.
Let's discuss Eastern Europe.
Team Eastern Europe is very interesting because most of the names are names I haven't really heard about before, even as a World Cup staff member. We have 5 people from Greece, then George, Kostas, Panos, and Stefanos, and Takis, so that's 6. We have 3 Russians in Denis, Maxim, and Muksuan. We have that's Czech. No, yeah. I think it's Czech, yeah. Czech player Zeddy and Turkey player Can. And it's led by Thunder from, is it Macedonia? Pretty sure it's, yeah. Eastern Europe geography isn't my strongest subject. But yeah, do you have any thoughts about the team, Vector?
Good thoughts about the team. It's a lot of thoughts. A lot of thoughts for the team.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know Sevi. I recognize that. Does that count for anything?
Because that's
Other than that, not much I can contribute to this one.
yeah, because that's
Fortunately.
the most I really can contribute to. Because we obviously know Thunder is a decent player,
Yeah. Yeah.
and we know Sebi is a decent player, but the rest would be more like happy surprises.
Yeah. For sure. I definitely see a lot of people from Greece and Worldwides, which I'm always surprised by. Greece is a yeah. Well, yeah. Well, just next team here, Eastern Europe is Eastern Europe is there.
They're a new team, so it will be interesting to see how they do.
I'm shaking the bowl. We're going to be having a bit of a... Group C, we're going to be having Austria and Switzerland, if you can ever see that. Probably not. I'm going to zoom in on the flags and pray.
Austria and Switzerland right off the bat. You see Kyoto is very good. Philip is very good. Eric's, I recognize the name, is quite a good player. So they're another one that don't quite recognize all.
Did you mention MYT? This is also fairly good
MYT,
player.
yep, MYT. It's this could be a pretty decent sleeper pick. I'm not familiar with the players as much, but
I definitely agree.
that doesn't mean anything. So
They also have players like Masi and Max that aren't like super known, but they definitely know how to play the game.
yeah,
So I'm very interested to see how this team does in the World Cup, because I think, like you said, it's one of the best sleeper picks for this World Cup.
yeah. I'm interested in seeing Kyoto throw up some big points. He's always been very good.
Having
So
a bowl.
that's groups A, B, and C with one team each. Who do we have left?
We have left Asia, Nordic, and Spain, I think.
I like Spain a lot. I like Spain as a team a lot.
You like Spain?
That's-
Let's see what I can do for you. Today, I can give you... That's Asia, unfortunately, for you. So that's not Spain.
I can talk about Team Asia.
So we have two teams that start with A in Group A. This is already a good cast.
Good cast.
Yeah, Domiet is very good. Definitely wars with Gen a lot. GT, one of the big three on GT. He used to, was it ZY? He used to be in that chat all the time in War there. I don't know. Maybe not anymore. I'm also completely, like, detached from all you guys, so I don't know what's happening anymore. But Sick H, Azusa. Azusa is the low division hero. Puts up a lot of points. I expect to see him do quite well. Those are the names that I definitely recognize off the bat.
We also have sick. Who also has been like a low div player for the most part in MKU3, but he's getting experience. And then you have lots of China members, and China played last year, didn't they?
Yes, China did play last year.
So they definitely have experience in this kind of setting. I have no idea how many of the current players played last year, and it would actually be pretty interesting to know. Because it's over half the roster is Chinese. So.
Yes.
Okay, so the final team from the bottom tier of Group B, it's going to be Nordic. So everyone who wanted Spain in Group C for the hard group, you've got it.
Yeah, and Nordic's super good too, because Nike, he's one of those guys. It just doesn't matter if he plays before or not. He's super good.
Yeah. Considering this is the team I'm the leader for, obvious bias here. But we have some good players. But it'll be interesting to see if they want to play though, because that's our biggest problem. Is we don't have a very wide roster of very good players, but we have a decent roster of decent players.
Yeah. So far, the ones we've gone through, this is probably the most well-rounded team. I remember Kilder from a while ago. Kilder was quite good. Zytheon, of course, very good. Luda from a while ago, very good. Tomsu, very good. So definitely one of the stronger bottom six teams. A good safe pick to do pretty well. And Ruby, I don't know what's up with Ruby. Drag, you would know more than me, but
yeah, he just said he didn't want to be a part as of now, but he's in the roster. So if he won't play, feel free, Ruby. We love you.
I'll tell at Z Ruby to play. I'll get him to play. Don't worry.
Yeah. Other than that, we'll just see how it goes. I think it will be very lineup based. How good we could do. We'll take it from there.
And then Spain. We can talk about Spain before we go on to the next one. Alex Oni, if he plays, is obviously one of the best players in the world. Xerxiao, KT Xerxiao from like beginning of the game. He was always really good. And then there's a lot of other ones I recognize from I'm trying to think of the team. What was the team with like
Water Army, probably.
Yeah, Water Army, RS. RS was like Goomer and Poker and Cheek, I think. Isaiah, I don't know how much he plays anymore. But
I think that's the main problem of Spain in general. Like, there are people there with experience on decent levels of Mario Kart, but I don't know how much they have played the last, like, year.
yeah, that's true. It's good to see them playing, though, because they definitely have enough talent to where if these guys come back and start playing again, they're gonna be pretty strong.
Yeah, they'll definitely be a force you can't sleep on as a...
Yeah, another sleeper pick. This you'll find that this bottom six is this sleeper pick, guys. Yeah, I that's basically all I got for Spain. If we want to start doing the second tier here.
Latin America, Italy, and the Netherlands are going to be the second tier. I'm going to quickly fold the paper. There we go, folded papers. They are folded, and I'm going to be shaking a bowl, so everyone have fun watching 2 frames of a bowl. Literal 2 frames of a bowl, because my net doesn't work. And in Group A, we will be seeing Latin America in Group A. Before Spain Group C as well, and that happened.
Latin America, right off the bat, Chibi.
Div won the MVP last season.
Won MVP, yep. Leo, super good. Pedro played last year for Team Brazil. Fasuke is good. I don't know how active he is anymore. Charlie is very good. Chim can be good if he wants to. Ghost is good. Team Mexico, if I remember correctly, did relatively well last year.
Yeah, they did do some upsets last year, and they were a lot stronger than most people thought they were gonna be.
Yeah, so seeing the majority of Team Mexico back and adding in some other players that are also very strong, Sparky, Mike, Membu, basically everyone else there. I have high hopes for Team Latin America.
Yeah, I feel like not even is their best roster good, but they also have players that can back up if they miss like a player or two.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. This is now that we're into the second tier here, you're getting to see not necessarily the teams with the more talented player, but the more well-rounded roster.
Yep.
So this they've definitely got players when they need them, which is a very, very good thing to have in a competition like this. What do we got for Group B?
For Group B, I'm shaking a bowl. You can have a nice 2 frames of that. And the Group B pick, unfortunately, is Italy. The person who wanted Italy in Group A, they are in this draw as a Group B team. So
Team Italy, a global conglomerate of excitement.
Yeah.
Beethoven, Domenico, Dugo, Blaze, Alex, Nato, Nicola, Ruka, and Shito Ryu. Supreme Coach is the Grinch.
Yeah, and this will definitely be a interesting team to follow, because like MKW, Team Elite, their roster is not big. But there's definitely talent in the roster. So it will be interesting to see how they use that talent.
And just for the sake of stream host Cinder, Netherlands, Group C.
Netherlands. Netherlands right off the bat looks very similar to me as they did last year. Danny, one of the best players online, of course. Leroy, very strong. Mitch, Vantox, you got those 4. Dread as well. It's a team that they were inconsistent last year because they had to rely on some of their players more than others, and it was difficult for them to get a very, very strong 6. And being as they are basically the same team as last year, probably going to have the same problem, but we'll see. They didn't do poorly last year, don't get me wrong, and any team with Danny, Vantox, Leroy, and Mitch as your top 4 is going to win some more, so that's for sure.
Yeah, it will definitely be interesting to see them, because if they can get their strongest lineup or close to strongest lineup in every 4 with those 4, I think they could hold up against most of the teams in the tournament. I can definitely see some upsets happening from the Netherlands.
Yeah, for sure. All right, that's that tier.
Okay, so the next tier is going to be Germany, Canada, and the UK and Ireland. So, have another bowl. Here's a nice shaky bowl. And in Group A, we're going to be having... We've got Germany Group A. We've got Germany Group A. I have got no say in these draws at this point. No one can even see, but I've literally put them in order of how I've drawn them. So...
Germany, Germany's super good. Germany's super, yeah, basically. Germany's just always going to be super good.
They have such a big pool of players to pick from, and with the VEC going down to D4, some of their old players also has come back.
Yep.
So they have an even bigger roster to pick from now.
Yeah, they're just gonna be super good. Ben, Kay, and Leo, right off the bat, are like the big three. Now, don't get me wrong; they also have an incredibly skilled lineup of probably 8 or 9 players right off the bat. Their whole team's super well rounded. Some of the older players coming back, like you said. Kay, Ben, and Leo are just stupid good at this game. So that'll be. Especially Kay. This is not actually relevant, but he was like finishing the finals of that 200cc FFA with a Troller can't even break drift. So it's he's just too good, and it's not fair to everyone else. But yeah,
we can't forget original FFA champion Vladson.
True. I expect to see some good things from Germany.
Okay, so we've got a bowl, and the bowl is going to be drawing in Group B. We're going to be having Team United Kingdom and Ireland, Group B. Here's
UK. I think Germany is the better team, but with the war, UK's been doing a lot of practice wars, which is really good to see. Xander's been carrying in a lot of them. Jamie's super good. Luso, when he plays, is super good. Ryan's is super good. Sui, Zap hardly plays at all. Last time Zap played seriously was like 2014, and he's still like an average D2 player. Sean is good. Protox, basically everybody. At this point, I'm gonna stop even reading off because this is just a well-rounded team. Maybe not the straight-up star power, but a very, very well-rounded team.
Yeah.
And Group C, Canada. We know that there was only 3 teams in the tier.
Yeah. 3 minus 1 minus 1 equals 1. So by power of math, we could figure that out.
Canada last year had a similar problem to the Netherlands, I think. John went in last year. And then Tyler, of course, is a god at this game, so he'll go up and score massive points. They'll always have very good communication, too. I know Tyler and Felix are both very, very good at leading calls and communicating with the team and stuff, so.
Yeah. Also, Canada has some decent TT talent. Like you have Alex, which is like top 10 PP. We have Harm, which is also very highly ranked on PP. We have Jacob, which has been grinding. He is on the page, but he left. Okay, no harm. But still, they still have quite few players that are good on TTs. But we'll see how consistent this team could be. Because last year, Canada had the Netherlands problem, as Vector said, where they were inconsistent in their results. We'll see if they can stabilize this year.
Who am I not putting? Who am I not putting? Am I not putting France in? Is it France in Group A that I'm not putting? And in Group A, we've got Japan. Not really. There we
Group
go.
Death? Group of Death? Can I hear Group of Death?
Group Death.
Japan.
Group C, Group Death.
So
Yeah.
do
Group
we
C.
even need to introduce Team Japan? Japan has the biggest roster of good players to pick from of any nation in the world. I could say pretty surely. They may not have the biggest roster of great players to choose from, but they have the biggest roster of good players to choose from. And their definitely have some very good talent in there.
Yeah, Japan's roster is massive, and also super good. Japan's been playing a lot with SVC and those guys, so they've been experiencing getting used to some of the other players that they're up against. Yeah, Japan's my personal pick, at least, probably.
Yeah, they are going into the tournament as favorites, and the weakest player in Team Japan could probably go into any other lineup, most likely in the World Cup, or at least very close to the main lineup.
Yeah, last year I remember Germany and Japan having very, very close matches. At least one very, very close match. If I'm not mistaken. So that's a good group. That's a very, very strong group. So Latin America is very strong as well. That's a strong group.
Yup. Should we go on to Group B?
Here is a bowl. I'm not sure if I'm showing on the stream right now, but who are we trying to not get in Group B according to their sources?
I think Alex called USA Group B.
Alex called you. He's got USA Group B.
Oh.
It was a 1 in 2 chance.
Yeah, it's not like that surprising.
It's all like 1 in 3 chances and 1 in 2 chances. It's not like impossible. I will prove as well, once we get to the end, that the draw has been done in the proper order and I'm not cheating.
There you go. USA Group B. And with Eastern Europe, Team Nordic, Italy, and UK and Ireland. USA is, many believe, not as strong as last year. You look at the group they've built up, though, it's pretty strong. Soldiers back, which is good, back and playing again. And it's just like, just all around you look at it, it's a strong team. There's no denying that USA is a very, very strong team. Though they may be weaker than last year, still very, very good. Yeah, just all around, there's not a single player on the USA roster that you say hold up on. It's just Zinc, in practice wars at least, it's been so strong. Zinc is really, really, really good. There's some advantage in there. Roberto, yeah, playing with your boy Mario in the World Cup. And going in, by the way, he just absolutely goes in. I don't understand it. Whatever. So, yeah, that'll be... I think, my personal opinion, at least, USA has probably the easiest group. I think that's why...
Like last year, rigged.
No rig. I've literally got them in order here. There we go, drawing order. But we've got France in Group C, if that wasn't known.
That, yeah. Group B is probably the easiest. Group C is strong too, because I said, like I said, Spain. Yeah, I totally mentioned Soldier was the first person I mentioned. The Soldier was absolutely the first person I mentioned. I said it's good to see him back and playing more.
Yep, I can confirm. It was the first player he mentioned. Hey.
Yeah, there you go. Might be Soldier getting massive shout-outs. Got shouted out twice because everyone complained. There you go.
But yeah, France.
Yeah. Let's go to France. Enough with the Soldier.
The French community in general has been kind of getting a lot smaller in the last year.
They've been on the decline for sure. Most of the French clans have pretty much died at this point. MW and GT are probably the two that are up there. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because all KC went to Splatoon. It's like half Team France. But you look, they've got, Kamek's been playing again. He's still Kamek. He's still super good. Matthew was always really, really good. Daniel's gotten a lot better. Colossus, of course. You look down the lineup, and it's some names maybe you haven't seen in a while, but it's some very good players.
Definitely. They still have a lineup that can beat any team in the world, I'd say pretty confidently on a good day. So.
Yeah, how's everyone? You guys gotta just wait and let me go down the list. I mentioned Colossus. There you go, Colossus. He's good.
Good player.
Yeah.
Yeah, like everyone else on France. Hey.
Yeah, pretty much. France will be good. That's for sure.
Yep, that's why they're seated in the highest tier. Let it be known.
They've definitely taken a bit of a fall from last year, similar to USA, but don't sleep on them just because of that. They'll still be out there.
Oh. France were kind of the favorites last year, weren't they?
I think
Japan were the favourites, weren't they?
Yeah, Japan's the favorites. I think probably mostly.
Yeah, but
For
France
most
were the
people.
second pick last year.
It's yeah.
And
They're-
even if you say they're fallen a lot, they're still like third.
Yeah.
They're ranked third on our internal ranking. So they're still
Yeah.
very, very good.
I think the top three are very, very close. Japan is probably the more clear number one, but USA and France at least is going to be some good Mario Kart to watch.
Definitely. So that's just gonna wrap it up, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm all set. I think we went through most of our ideas. I'm calling Group A is going to be super, super hard. We're going to see some upsets there.
Yeah, I'm very excited for Latin Americans against Germany and Germany
Yeah.
against Japan.
Germany against Japan is going to be so good. I think that's going to be a sneaky good war. They've got a great chance at pulling an upset there, I think.
Yeah, and Germany is doing a lot of practice wars.
Yes.
They're warring almost every day, so they'll definitely be prepared.
Mm-hmm.
We could just do a super quick summary of hype matches in each group, I guess. Group B, there's always a lot of pride in the UK and Ireland against USA, I feel like.
Yep.
Just
Always close, too. Definitely.
yeah, that will be a match to watch. And I think the bottom three teams, in quotation marks, are fairly close, actually. So it will be interesting
Yeah.
to see if they fare against each other.
Yeah, Group B is interesting because it's the UK and USA have sort of pulled away in that top two spot, unlike maybe some of the other groups. But that the quote bottom three, it's gonna be any wars between any three of them will be close and definitely worth watching.
In Group C, I feel like Spain has so much upset potential in this group. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they could take on a very good day. Everything could happen in MK8, but especially Netherlands and Canada, I think they could definitely put up a fight against
Yes, I agree.
if they get their good old roster back.
Yeah, Canada Netherlands is gonna be good.
Oh, definitely, that's a match to watch.
Yeah, we definitely talked about how both the teams suffer from similar issues, and Canada might be more well-rounded, but I think Canada is probably one of, if not the only team in that top two tiers there to improve since last year. I think they
That is a good point, actually.
I think that a lot of the other teams have fallen. I don't really know that much about Japan, so I can't say. I just know they're stacked, and they were stacked last year, but I don't really know how much a difference there is there, good or bad. But Canada, you can tell right away. You look at their roster, and it looks different and it looks stronger. And I think Alex definitely. You brought up Alex, and I was going to forget about him. Believe it or not, Alex, that was a good catch. Alex is very underrated.
Definitely.
New to the game, came out of nowhere. Started just beating people. So.
And you also have the Surgeon guy, which
Yep,
were
Sargent.
nothing last year.
Mm-hmm.
And he's obviously very good.
He's what? Fourth on the players page now.
Yeah, it's something like that. So,
Sorry.
Surgeon guy.
So yeah, that's he. They've got the D-pad, and then they've got Tyler to run. So they look good, and the Netherlands has Danny to run. That Danny versus Tyler one-on-one matchup in the front there. It's gonna be something to watch out for in that match, and then it's gonna be fight. Those back positions. That's gonna be good though. Yeah, a lot of good. I think the groups ended up actually super even, which is good to see.
Yeah, there's some hype matches in every group, so I'm really excited for this actually.
Yeah, I know. I wasn't. It seems like we've been waiting a while for this, and now it's finally starting to roll around, and that's exciting. Summer means some good MK World Cup, and I'm gonna be watching a lot of that this summer. Anybody got anything else?
No.
Not really. I guess we could just say thank you all for watching. It was a pleasure to cast this Mario Kart World Cup draw of Mario Kart 8. Yeah, is there much more to say?
You'll see us and Marlon.
Oh, yeah.
Marlon,
Katie
who's
saying
here.
through no rig.
Marlon, talk.
Huh? I'm here.
Say hello to the people.
Hello, stream.
There you go, just in time.
I was,
We're gonna leave now.
I was
Let Marlon
eating
talk.
and a lot of other stuff.
So that was good. I'm hyped now because it's real. It's gonna happen. And
Japan won't win. Germany. Germany is, I don't know. Germany is like top 2 pick for me.
bold predictions.
Oh, really bold. But I feel like Germany could actually do something. Germany was definitely make finals. I can almost guarantee that.
Yeah, I agree. Germany, I think. Germany got sort of unlucky in the whole they got Japan in their group thing. They had gotten the USA or why am I blanking? Oh, that's so bad. France. They would have been arguably the favorites. But yeah, that's gonna be exciting. So that's basically it for us. We're gonna head out. We'll all appear at one point or another, no doubt. Either playing for or casting a bunch of the matches. Thank you guys for tuning in. This has been super hype. Everybody showed up. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you all for watching.
Bye.
Bye bye.